Good afternoon, everyone. I am Saleha, and this is Chai, Chat, and Community. This afternoon, I'm chatting with Liaqat Khan, a candidate for the local Victorian Council elections for the Dandenong ward, city of Greater Dandenong. Hello, Liaqat, and welcome, and thank you for coming to the show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
How are you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm
Um,
okay.
Before I start with all the questions, can you please tell us something about yourself?
Yes, my name is Liaqat Khan. I'm age 28, born in Afghanistan. I have lived there for a long time and then I moved to Australia. I studied at the University of Newcastle. Apparently, I'm the Vice President of Afghan Youth Association of Australia. I do have a small business, which is a car rental company at the
Oh,
main
okay.
time. Yeah, so before I come to Australia, I used to be the Language and IT Institute manager. I had a small business there in Kabul as well. I was the Australian Defence Force advisor for Afghanistan, cultural and
Wow,
linguistic advisor.
wow.
Yeah, so I've done a lot of jobs. Some people tell me, "What have you done?" When I start writing the name of the jobs I have done, uh, like I don't know myself how I did it because I was doing two or three jobs at the main time mostly. And I was also working with the Australian Defence Force to train the Afghan National Security Forces and also that humanitarian mission to help and provide security to people, to build roads to people, to build schools to people, to distribute books, notebooks, pens, pencil in
Wow.
those areas that people were uneducated or the education was so hard and people had no money or they had no schools there because of insecurity. So what we were doing, we were trying to provide that security for the area, build school, bring all the teachers, give them books and pens and pencil, and start studying.
Wow. Wow. Just wow.
Yes.
And
Although
the,
there is a lot of things that I can't say it because people have no power to listen to it. I've been through a lot of very difficult situations. Like I've sitting two times next to the bombs. I've seen bullets. I was nearly killed a few times,
wow.
and those are the tough situations that I've faced. But I worked shoulder to shoulder with the ADF to help and provide that humanitarian mission for the people of Afghanistan.
What a journey. And then you come to Australia.
Yes, in 2014, I come to Australia, and the Australian Defence Force brought me here. So, they sent me visa, they booked me the flight, they brought me here with my two kids and family to Australia. Here I start studying at the uni. I finished business leadership in management and governance policy and political economy. At the meantime, I was doing two jobs as well. It's a very tough situation that it's very hard for people to, at the meantime, have a family with two kids, studying and doing a full-time job. It's so hard, but I can manage it. These things are pretty easy for me. The jobs I have done before, I was doing two or three jobs. So these type of responsibilities are pretty small for me because still I was the older son of my family. I was supporting 20 family members at the age of 13. I had a small business at the age of 13. I was the head of English department in Afghanistan. So I was teaching English grammar. Uh, I was also teaching computer MS Office programs while I was at school. I mean, in Afghanistan, a lot of people think that, English and computer in Afghanistan, that's a bit weird to people. But I have studied my English there. I have studied computer there and I was teaching there. So there are a lot of private institutions, universities, schools now. Before the democracy in Afghanistan, there was the government of Taliban from 1995 to 2001. The situation was very bad. The schools were all damaged. But in new democracy from 2002 up to now, there are thousands of private universities, thousands of government universities. I mean, millions of schools now. So girls are going to school, boys are going to school, girls, women are minister. These are the empowerment, women empowerment, men empowerment. Kids go to school. That's what we want. The
Of course, yes,
democracy is that everybody can see themselves uh, in there. You know what I mean? Like at the time of government of Taliban, nobody had that opportunity. But now people have that opportunity. And apparently there is peace and reintegration process between the America, the Afghan government, and Taliban.
yes.
So I hope the peace come because
I hope so
peace
too. It
is the
will be long.
best.
Yes, yes,
Peace is the best. Afghanistan suffered a lot from last 42 years.
yes.
It's enough. So I believe that the Australian Defence Force have done a lot of good jobs within there. A lot of humanitarian work, such as building school, as I told you before, roads, providing support, mentoring support. For example, we used to help the provincial government to make it reinforce that, to make it stronger, to give them good mentoring, what people want, what people need. And I was also a radio journalist there. So I was working combined with the Australian Defence Force. So I was listening to people what they want. I was taking all their opinions, making a proper document of what they want, and then I was giving that to the Australian Defence Force. They had a contact with the provincial governor, and he was giving those information to the provincial governor. He was acting based on our information. So that's how we used to work there, and we were the only connection with people. I mean, people like me, they have done a lot of good work, and they are like hidden heroes.
Yes,
People don't know
yes.
them.
And you're 28 and you've lived a life that most of us cannot think of. We just take things for granted. At 28, I think we're all still starting off. You're talking about women empowerment in Kabul, which in Afghanistan, which was a given before. Schools and colleges, education, sanitation, housing. We just take it for granted. We have no idea how the other people live.
Well, definitely. Look, my own opinion myself, like I have 5 kids now. I have family, I have business. I'm a successful man at the age of 28. What I want is wherever I live, I help people.
Of
That's
course.
who I am. I'm not just helping myself, I'm just helping everyone. I'm a community service man. You can call me people person. I'm the vice president of Afghan Youth Association. We have many multicultural programs based in Dandenong and Dandenong South. So apparently that I'm a candidate for Dandenong Ward at the city of Greater Dandenong, and the area that cover is Dandenong South in Dandenong. So I want to help these people, not only these people, but the entire city of Greater Dandenong. Around 164,000 people live at the city of Greater Dandenong. And there are many questions that needs to be asked, why I'm standing. These are the things I have seen. Most of the incapabilities of the current council, specifically the mayor of Dandenong, Jim Mimit, is here from last 15 years, but many people complain. I've seen the parks are not good, the roads are not good. Many elderly people have suffering a lot of injuries due to these bad roads. The kids have nothing to play. I mean, we live in the modern world of 21st century. We need a lot of things. During his time, during his 15 years, the rates of council went high. I mean, if I become a counselor, I will make sure to give more facility to people rather than giving them hard time. For
Yes,
example, in this, I know that the council rates are the key income for council, one of the key income, I will say, because we have state government grants as well. But instead, for example, I want a positive development. You see here, at Greater Dandenong. From last 15 years, what they made is a big council building. But what they give in return to people, parking infringements. Even the small businesses outside plaza has no free parking. I'm not against the building. I'm happy that this big council building is there, but they made luxury offices for themselves. I'm okay with that. It's okay. But what you have done to people, what
And
you
that's the
have given to
change you want
people.
to bring in.
Yes, I'm standing here. My symbol of excellence says that vote for a change. I
Yes.
want to bring those change.
And you
Plus,
are the change.
yeah, so I mean, like he's here from last 15 years, and a lot of people complain from him. So this is the time for a change. This
So
is
exactly.
definitely a time for change. Give time to young, energetic, passionate, educated people to help more people. From last 2 3 months, thousands of complaints came to me by email, by Facebook messages from people that we are tired. Nobody. There is a lot of problems of car park spaces in Dandenong South.
Yes.
There is a nursing home. They're faced with a big problem of car park spaces. There is a mosque. They have a big problem. The Albanian mosque in Dandenong South. They have big problem of car park spaces. A lot of people say we stop car outside the mosque, but they have been given a lot of traffic infringements. So these are the key problems that I'm standing for. I want to solve these issues. And plus, I want to be a strong voice for multiculturalism.
Yes, which is what we need.
Yes, the council door is apparently locked up. Nobody is
Oh,
helping
okay.
people. Yes, I want to make it open. For example, knock the door, come in, and what is the problem? We have to have proactive approaches. For
Absolutely.
example, there was a 5,000 business grant before, then there was 10,000 business grant before, again there was 5,000 business grant. No business, I mean 95% of businesses did not know that.
So where is the money?
Isn't this the job of a counselor to give it, to tell people that there are some grants, please apply? So what I did was when I was going to buy some food in the shops, I went to these shops. I told them, do you know about the grants? They said no. Then I took their numbers, I sent them the links, they applied for it, and they are so happy now. Everybody in Dandenong businesses, they support me. Look at the Macrae Street. Macrae Street is in front of the plaza in Dandenong. A lot of the businesses shut down because the council had a construction work there for 3 months. They built a pavement wrong, then they did it again. There were only a few parking for those small businesses, so they smashed those parking away. There is no parking for them. So what I mean is that businesses outside the plaza, they are suffering a lot. They need free parking. If there is, for example, 1 hour parking, I want to make that 1 hour free. I don't want to increase the limit. I want to make that 1 hour free so that the flow of customer come to these businesses and the wealth distribution in Dandenong is equal for businesses outside the plaza, for businesses inside the
And
plaza.
the plan. Yes.
Apparently, we have 5 hours free parking in the plaza,
Do you?
but outside,
Okay.
outside is paid parking. I know that the current councillor has a business inside the plaza. It's okay. I still support them. But what I want is a fair justice. A fair justice, equality. That's what the real equality should be.
Of course.
There is a businesswoman. She has a business. She she is actually washing these type of uniforms, dry wash, which is called.
So
That's in
dry
front of the
cleaning. Yes.
plaza. Yeah. So she told me that I'm closing down this business.
Why?
I told her why. She said because this council is made this pavement for 3 months, and people were thinking that this business is closed down, so now people are not coming at all. And she went for compensation to council. Instead of giving him some good words or helping her, she, like, the council told them, go away. Another biggest problem, the privacy of people, the information of people is not safe at Dandenong Library.
Really?
I had a library card. You simply scan the card and you can print anyone's work. Anyone's
Wow.
work. So I want to change this thing. I went to the librarian, and I told him, this is a big problem. How can somebody scan a card and they can print anyone's work? And they told me, well, this is what it is. We can't help anything. So imagine there are thousands of people, vulnerable people, go for printing there. And what they get is their privacy is not safe. Their financial statements are not safe. Their key information is not safe. Any PC can print anyone's work. So I am standing for here to make that privacy, to strengthen that privacy, to make those printers. So for example, when I was at uni, I had a card. When I was scanning card, there was only my printing job, not anyone else.
That's right. That's how it is. Yes.
So it should be the same here. If they don't have IT, our biggest problem is, that our councillor or our mayor is not only incapable, but he's not educated as well. He's only like year 9 high school dropout. I mean, what a shame for the people of Dandenong. He do not understand at least the privacy. It's okay. I mean, I'm not blaming anyone for education, because a lot of people are educated, but they are successful. I have no say in those things. If they have education or no education, that's their own problem. But what I want is the best for people.
Absolutely.
I want the good things happen for people, so that people are happy of what they are. I went to those parks. I saw one slide in a park. I saw a park that had only one slide for kids. Some of the parks residents complain that there is no toilet in the park. So these little things that make difference, and these things are not happen. The council rate, thanks to the state government that they introduced a cap rate, the council cannot go above 2.0%. Otherwise, this councillor who is here from last 15 years, if the council needed money, he was increasing the rate. Simply, the rate will not increase not only by property value, but he was these people were also trying to increase that rate so they can have those money what they want. I mean, not care about people, they were caring about the expenses. I'm not worried about the expenses, but the problem is that the money they use it on wrong way. For example, instead of building those luxury offices for yourself in the council, why don't you make a few halls for men and women to celebrate nice and beautiful cultural days for free? People of Dandenong, for example, Muslim people in Dandenong, they have small Eid and big Eid.
Yes, I know. Yes.
They call Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha.
Yep.
We have cultural programs, but you check the halls, there is no hall. There are 22 halls in rooms at the city of Greater Dandenong, but all mostly are booked or they have no space. So at least we need to have 2 or 4 halls for free. This is a positive development.
The community, yes, community halls.
Let the community celebrate those type of programs. Let the community multicultural groups come together, that social cohesion, that inclusion, that participation, that making people happy. Currently, we have COVID-19 situation, maybe post COVID-19 management, we need a lot of parties to happen.
Yeah.
We need a lot of programs to happen because we want that social integration, that social cohesion, so that people are who have anxiety or depression, they will catch up with people and they will have a good time. So for these, we need halls, we need rooms, we need places, not only open spaces, but a lot of things. Currently, I went to Dandenong South area and I checked the entire area. There is not a lot of open spaces, not a lot of playgrounds. I mean, we live in 21st century. How can we have the things only one slide and one second slide, nothing more? Like, I want something modern. We live in 21st century. I mean, come on.
So you want children to have access to better facilities in terms of parks and open spaces for them to play and mix around.
Well, look, I'm a father. If somebody asks me a question about the family stuff, I know everything.
Yes,
I'm not a father of only one child, two child, but five kids. I understand everything. When I'm going to the park, I want best for my kids.
of
I
course.
also want best for other families. I'm a businessman. I know how much my business suffered during COVID-19 situation. I also know the situation of other businesses because I am a businessman. I understand how much each business suffered. So this is the hard time in council need to step in. For example, all these years, the council took money from people. What I want is this is the time to give some money to people back. Give them at least $500 allowance to vulnerable people at Dandenong, to vulnerable ratepayers. I mean, they say, where should we get this money? Well, where do you get this money for these luxury offices? I mean, people, look at people. A lot of people sent me their infringement notices. They said we have got these infringement notices in front of these businesses, and now we are not stopping cars there. Most of them are going somewhere to the biggest shopping centers. These small businesses are sitting there and they have lost from a few months. They are in deficit. There is nobody to help them. Most of them commit closing shops, closing businesses. They told me that we have to close these businesses now. We can't do anything. There is nobody coming in. The traffic, even the parking is paid parking. So these are some of the stuff that made me to stand for people.
So is this what you're going to change, Liaqat?
Of
Make it,
course,
yes.
these are the stuff I know the incapability of the council, and I want to stand for those things to make it capable, to make it happen, to make the Dandenong better. For example, I'm also a sportsman. I am a good cricketer. I love soccer as well. I am a kickboxer, and I
Wow.
go to gym as well. So I understand everything of the sport society, the sport leagues, everything. Even I understand the 110-meter of soccer ground as well. We have volleyball teams, we have soccer teams, we have cricket teams. I want to support them. I talked to a soccer team, they said, oh, well, the council is giving only 3,000 per annum. So I want to support them in best ways possible. I want to give them more and more money so that they have good and better teams to strengthen the sport groups of Dandenong. We should have a name in Melbourne.
You will.
You
Yes, I'm sure.
Another problem is roads. You check the roads,
I
you
was going
see
to
the
come to that. Yes.
yeah, you check the roads are patchy. One road is One road has 5 colors. When the elderly people drive, they are jumping in these roads. I mean, we are not living in the third world country. Look, I come from a third world country. This is a first world country, and I don't want that. I mean, look at the roads. You will feel, I mean, laughing what is happening here. Go to the streets. I mean, this is disappointing. We live in first world country. We should make Greater Dandenong an example in entire Australia. That's how the city should be.
Well, I hope so too. Um, what is your mission and what is your vision for Greater Dandenong if you're chosen to represent the council?
Look, if people choose me, and this is definitely a historic moment for people to choose me, I will. The city of Greater Dandenong will have economic development, social cohesion. People will understand the true lifestyle, and they will cherish when they live at Greater Dandenong. This city is an old city. A lot of people go away from this city, and I want to make this city modern and better so that people come to the city instead of going out from this city. I want to make businesses more advanced. They will have outside outside the business, the roads and the streets will be modern. A lot of other stuff for selling. I want people to come here for even to come from Melbourne, from the city here, so that people understand what a business is like. I mean, what food. I
And
will
we all go
invite.
there for food. Yes, amazing food.
Yes, I mean, I am also a food lover. I love good food from childhood, and I have been to almost all these businesses. And you ask me which curry is good in which restaurant, I will tell you which restaurant have what good stuff.
I'll call you next time.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm very social person. I go with my family and kids to all these restaurants. We have a lot of unique food and beverages that people will love it. So I'm not standing only for myself. I stand for all the people, all multicultural communities. I want to be a strong voice for them. I want to help them. I mean, this is a time for change. Come on. 15 years, is it not enough for the current counselor?
And you are the change. You are the voice of change.
I am a change. I am the best possible person for this change. And this is the time for people to change and to make this change happen. I want to practically show them that they will not regret this change. They will be very happy. I asked many people, and people are bored. I mean, come on, there is need for a change. This is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy. Give someone new a chance. I want to use my energy of younghood in a good way. So whenever I get 80 or 90, I will feel happy that I used all my energy for people, for the service of community and for the service of people, because I don't want anything else for myself. I told you, my plan is to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my family and kids. I have good business. I'm so happy in my life. The rest of my life, I want to sacrifice it for my community, for all the multicultural communities. So what I mean is, 15 years is enough for him, for Jim Mimiti. It's time for him to step aside. He is a good person. Look, he is my friend. I like him. But this is a time that he should step out and give a chance to someone else. This is not a place so when you born, come to the council, and when you die, go out from the council.
Yes.
I mean, please give a chance to people like me to come into the council and help. I mean, I do work a lot. For example, I work in We Care Australia. We distribute free food to the vulnerable people of Dandenong, Dandenong South, Greater Dandenong, Melbourne, even all those Shepparton area in entire Victoria. We distribute that free food. I mean, the passion I have for community service, I just love it. I just love to work for people and solve their problems. Do you know that I received hundreds of very, very good messages from people that we definitely need this change? That's very good. And you check their Facebooks. Please check their last 2, 3 years of Facebook, the current council who are standing. They have no activity. They have nothing in their Facebook to share. For example, we have done this or that. But when it comes to the council election, suddenly, for example, we had a Springvale Hub. It's supposed to open even before COVID-19. They left all these things to the election just to do their campaign. Sit on this chair, do your campaign. Sit on that chair, do your campaign. You know what I did, what I not. I mean, I understand everything, but come on, just one hub is not enough. One hub is not enough in 13 or 15 years. We have to do more. For example, the plan should not be one plan for 15 years. We have to have thousands of plans happening. I mean, this is enough. I definitely want this change, and many people messaged me and they want this change. And I talked to all the communities through WhatsApp, Facebook, Zoom meetings of 50 to 100 people. Like, many people are coming through Zoom meetings, and everybody want a change. And they all supported me. All the multicultural people are with me. And this is the time to make this change happen.
Of course. I'm going to ask you a question, which I think is foremost in everybody's mind. What about safety in Dandenong?
Safety in Dandenong, the other day I explained the criminal cases. It's above 5,000. The total number of cases in Greater Dandenong is 14,000. So it's 3.8% higher than the last year. As Australian Defence Force advisor for Afghanistan, I know best plans and strategies to lower the cases of crime in Dandenong. Plus, we need more awareness programs. For
Yes,
example,
of course.
if this happens, you will have these consequences. A lot of people do not know about these things. And there is a question why people do crimes. We should find out the reason behind doing crimes, and we should solve those things so that people are not obligated to do crimes.
Yes.
We have to be proactive. We have crimes and then we make plans. No, we have to create a plan to solve these problems before it happens. I mean, there is a question why people do crimes. If it's because of drugs, then please solve the issue of drug before. Why? A lot of people may have no money and they do some crimes, or taking people wallet or money to buy some drugs for themselves. Talk to the police, make a combined team, have some police groups with you, community leaders with you. We have a multicultural police team here, and thank goodness they are doing a great job. Hafiz Mayar, he is my good friend. We talk to him many times, and we will work together. We will cooperate with police all the time, because any crime that happens, people should and they must call police. And that cooperatively, we will try to create a lot of social events, social cohesion, and that awareness program so that people stop doing crimes.
Thank you. So, are these the reasons that voters should vote for you?
Well, of course, I can see you are so happy and amazed that you want a change. I am here a change, and give me vote one. So after 4 days, people will get ballot papers. There are only 4 people in my ward, and I want everyone to vote for a change. Vote one to me, Liaqat
Thank
Khan.
you. Thank you, Liaqat. It's been a pleasure having you. And I wish you all the best. And next time I'm in Dandenong, I'm going to call you up and I hope you win.
Yeah, thank you so much, and you have a great day,
Thank
Saliha.
you. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
everyone, for watching. Stay well, stay safe, and see you next time. Bye.